Hello, welcome to Corky's Tea Time. It says the recording has started. If you notice my hat, isn't that cute? It's a fun little hat that I've had for years. I bought it years and years ago. And I'm just wearing it because it reminds me of the hats the girls were wearing at the inauguration. Melania and was it Laura Trump? I think is her name. I'm sure that was her name. Anyways, I just was having fun getting out my hat. I like it. I think it's cute. It's funny. It was Queen Elizabeth who inspired me to buy this hat. I really like the hats the Queen would wear. And this has those little feathers on the front and a bow, and it has some sparkles on it. So there's a little bit of everything. It's very plain in the back, but it's nice. So I made sure I stayed home to watch the inauguration. I had to witness it before I go to the hospital again. I was on the decline, having a hard time breathing, and I knew I was going to the hospital, but I wanted to see the inauguration because when you go in the hospital, you're not going to see it, and it was important to me for him to get sworn in. So I wanted to see that. Okay, so I got to see that. The very next morning, 5 a.m, I called for my husband. I was sitting out in the living room. I told him, I said, I need you to get up, have your coffee. I have to go to the emergency room. I told him, I said, I need to go back to the hospital. Because this COPD, this ride, it's hard. It's really, 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 really hard. And I wanted to show you what $458 looks like. This right here. That little old inhaler right there, $458. Yeah. Well, I come bearing information. You can get your prescriptions for about half of that going through Canada. The FDA has opened up a pathway to where it's legal, to where we can have our prescriptions filled in Canada. It's a pharmacy in Canada, and then they will have it mailed to your house. So that is an option, and I have placed an order for one, and I'm waiting to see for it to come, and we'll see how long this takes. She said 7 to 14 days. Yeah, I bet you a little bit longer than that, because a lot of the comments I read online were, that it took a little longer than that, but they make it right with you. My doctor wrote a prescription for 12 refills. So I have a year's supply. And so when it arrives, I'll let you know how it goes. And being in the hospital was not a good experience. I was glad I was there because I get the medicine and the oxygen and all the treatments that I need and everything. The staff is very questionable. It's really gone downhill. The staff that they have doesn't want to be there on the night shift. On the night shift, they do not want to be there. It's very bad at night in the hospital. It's true if you have a loved one going in the hospital, if you have a family member or a loved one or someone who could go be with them, I highly recommend it. Because I almost think about, would I have to hire a private caregiver to go with me, or someone that I hire to be with me if I can't get a family member to go with? It was a horrible experience, just particularly one night, So out of all the hospital stays I've had for the past year, I've had 2 very bad, scary experiences. Almost 3. But the third one, I nipped it in the butt. I still see some accomplishments, but I still see so much more I have to do around here to get ready for family to move in. And not a problem. I'll gladly get this stuff arranged. It'll all work out. So, like I said, things slowly come together. You just got to keep working at it. We got the dogs groomed, and the person who groomed them was my daughter. She just, it's amazing when you start talking to people and telling people what you need help with. They might have the answer. She happened to have some dog grooming tools. And she came over and we had a Saturday afternoon grooming session. Then, what else did we do? Oh, and then we went and picked up some groceries after we groomed the dogs. And then have the prescription coming for half the price from Canada. And I'll put a link to that site down in the description box for anybody who's interested. And I think it was a great inauguration. Things don't go great and the way we want them